Why experience in local courts matter? When you're hiring a criminal defense attorney, you really can hire anyone in the entire state. You can even hire anyone in the entire 5 boroughs. Why is it critical to have an attorney that specializes in the specific court that you have your case? My office is located right across from the Hempstead Courthouse. I'm a former prosecutor in the Nassau County DA's office, and my defense practice is exclusively based in Nassau County in both Hempstead Court and Mineola Court. It's so critical to be able to specialize in the courts, and that really ranges from top to bottom. From the top, to be able to know the judges, to be able to know which arguments might be convincing to one judge and which types of arguments won't be convincing to another judge. I mean, even having a good relationships with the judges can go a long way. Now, I'm not saying that a judge is just going to dismiss a case just because you have a good relationships with them, but there are points in every case, and it could just be a procedural issue or a small thing where having a good relationship with the judge can pay huge dividends. At the end of the day, the judge is going to be the one who's making the decision as far as whether or not a case is dismissed. A judge is going to be the one making a decision as to what type of sentence the case is going to get. So you can imagine having a really strong relationship between the judge and your attorney can pay huge dividends. The next level is with the prosecutor. A local attorney is going to have a good relationship with the prosecutors because he's dealing with them day in and day out. And especially if your attorney is a former prosecutor like myself, you know where they're coming from and you can relate to them and they can relate to you. When I deal with prosecutors, we really maintain a strong professional relationship, but also personal relationship. And that doesn't take away from being aggressive in our defense, but it does mean that when we need to be able to call in a favor or be able to explain a specific issue in a case, we have credibility with the prosecutors because we know them personally. Now, having a local attorney is also critical for all the staff in the courthouse, whether it's court officers, clerks, courthouse staff, interpreters. You're going to have several court appearances. It can make a huge difference if your attorney knows the court officers, knows the clerks, knows the courthouse staff, just to be able to move your case along smoothly and make sure that you can have the least stress possible when dealing with your case. Lastly, every courthouse has their own rules. I can tell you when I go to a courthouse that's maybe upstate New York and I have never practiced there before, I'm a little lost because I've never been in that courthouse before. I don't know how it's structured. I don't know the rules that it goes by, and I don't know those judges. So I can only imagine if another attorney who doesn't practice in the Long Island courts or the Queens or New York City, and they try to come into that courthouse, they're going to be equally as lost. On the other hand, when I walk into my courthouses, I know everyone in that courthouse. I know what the rules are, and I know how to get my clients the best possible result. So the question is, do you need to hire a local attorney for your criminal case? The answer, in my opinion, is absolutely.